GoTransit.com. Thank you for your patience as we improve your service.
Attention,
Also, I have tomorrow and Monday off, so I have 4 days
destination de la Gare circule selon un horaire spécial jusqu'en 4 mai en raison de travaux sur la voie ferrée près de la
Okay,
gare.
we should probably start heading over
Veuillez
to like
vérifier les horaires à gotransit.com/FR. Merci de votre patience pendant que nous améliorons votre service.
Hey people, welcome to the Thursday stream. I am here in Union Station and there's Megan, as you can see.
Hi. Where are we platform 92? Or platform 10?
I started a bit late. I was chatting with Megan and I was like, oh, I guess it's time to start the stream. She's going to hop on her GO train back to Guelph, and then after she hops on the train, I'll continue on for a walk around as I usually do. Hey, Vivian Johnson, Howard Charco, hello Mark M, hello Daniel and Jenny, hello Alan K.
Consultez les horaires mis à jour sur gotransit.com/FR.
And then I'm gonna make a run for it.
Right.
And also, if I get on the train from this door, it takes me to the right spot at the platform where I can get on the right car, because not all the cars open at Guelph. So I have to make sure I'm on the right car, otherwise I'm gonna end up in Kitchener.
Yeah.
And I often fall asleep on my way home, so I want to make sure that I don't fall asleep and
Yeah, don't do that.
all of the things, you know? Ending up in
Don't
the
do
train,
that.
Not so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Not the vibe that I want to go for.
Hello Marge, Sammy Woo, Funny Dog. Hello Damon Washington, Gertish. Some people saying hello to Megan.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. You'll be seeing more of her because we recorded a video before this live stream. Hello Suzanne. So I won't go up to the platform, but once it's time for you to go, we'll just say our goodbyes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope everyone's been having a good day today. I guess the long weekend is upon us.
Yeah, I hope everybody has an awesome long weekend.
Megan just told me she has 4 days off.
WTF. Okay, it was
All
good
right.
to see you.
Good to see you too. Have a good ride back to the G spot.
I will. I will for sure. Have a good live stream.
I hopefully will. I think I will. Yeah. All right. So you're heading right in that platform there. All right. Bye, Megan. Bye. Hey, William Elliott. All right, I'm just gonna put this down for a second. Hello, Lisa and Davy Bocage. All right, let's get out of here. It's pretty nice out. It's kind of sunny, around 12 degrees. Could be a bit warmer, but I'll take it. The commuter crowds. As So 16 where you are, Alan? Okay, that's even better. Hey, what's up, Alex? Gotta watch out when you're walking through here. A lot of people are focused on running towards their destination and they might run right into you. Everyone always seems to be on the verge of missing their train. Hey, Sub-Zero. Great Hall, looking great. What's up, Caught You Looking? Ooh, sun is bright out here. Hey, hello, Nav and Dat. Definitely need these sunglasses right now. Hey, what's up, Picard? Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Novella Costs, what's up? Good to see you. And Navindat, $2. Thank you very kindly for the super chat, Navindat. Cheers to the support, much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the walk today. It's hard to see. The sun is blinding me. Can't really see the chat either, or barely anyway.
I had to update a few of them, I think.
Hey, the color purple. Gonna make out some of these names. Howdy, Stephen Edwards.
Yeah, I know.
You go somewhere and then
Okay, do you need a...
Alright, maybe I'll go south. so I don't have to keep walking into the sun. Let's go south here down York Street. I guess that would help, right, Vivian? I just didn't even think of that in terms of keeping the sun off my phone. I was thinking it of more keeping the rain off my phone. Hey, Joseph, hello. Jason Curling, yeah, it's not bad today.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But I have to.
Black Wolf Vampiro, how you doing? We're walking through the York Teamway here.
So there's the group side of things, which is
hello, YouTube. YouTube is on YouTube, watching YouTube. Hey, Mark 311. I'd like to get back down to the States sometime, Sammy. Probably not in the next while, though. I mean, surely you must hear some things on the news that are maybe giving some Canadians second thoughts right now. But I'd like to definitely go back to New York City sometime, my favorite city other than Toronto. Hey, Jason Curling, $4 super sticker. Thank you very kindly. We're in the South Core. Cheers, Jason. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's a game tonight, obviously. So many people walking around with their Leafs jerseys on. Hey, Fairy Spock. Yeah, the debate. I was thinking I'd start my stream a little earlier just so I don't overlap too much with that debate, because I know a lot of people probably will want to watch that. Yeah, today is like Friday for a lot of people, like in terms of their work week, right? Tomorrow's a holiday, statutory holiday. Got the Easter long weekend. Hey, Mark Lang. Not you, Jenny. Am I feeling too warm? No, I feel okay today. I don't think I'll have to remove any layers or anything like that. This time I didn't bring my hoodie. I thought just the shirt, just the flannel shirt with the t-shirt underneath should be good, and I think so far it's the right choice. I feel quite comfortable. Hey, Tony Christou, hello. Just Smitty. Moods Travels. Thank you very much. Looks like I'm going to go back out into the sun here though in a moment. I can't avoid it. So we're going to go west. We're going to go west today. For a while anyway. We might turn around at some point and go back east again. I'll have to if I want to get home, right? I'll just keep going west. We'll end up in Vancouver. Let's check out Bremner Boulevard. Hey, Mr. Adam's Apple. Yeah, we're walking towards the Dome. Lower Simcoe. Hello, would like to sleep? Welcome. Is the Thursday rush before the long weekend. I think a lot of people are happy to be heading home today. Yeah, there's the base of the tower, but look at that, we can see the whole thing too. Beware of the sun though. Get to the tower! Have I been in the aquarium? I have. Whoa, look at this dingus. What a dipshit. I've been there a couple times, not recording videos though, just, you know, as a regular visitor. It's very cool inside. Hey, Tiana. Sorry to disappoint Peter Bradfield, but thank you very much for the $1.99. Maybe it'll suddenly get way hotter during the stream. maybe the temperature will suddenly jump up about 10 degrees and I'll have to delayer. Cheers, Peter. Thank you very much for the support. Hello, Carol. Brooke McLean. And Alan K with the traditional Friday Eve greeting and super chat. Thank you very kindly, Alan. I swear it feels like 2 or 3 days since the last Friday Eve, right? How does time just fly by so quickly now? Much appreciated, Alan. Thank you so much. Oh, Yvonne Atherton. Yeah, like it seems like I said Happy Friday Eve just a couple days ago, not a week ago. My apartment is all back to normal. It's even a bit cleaner now than it was before, because moving things around sort of spurred me into motion to do a bit of a dusting and cleaning that maybe I wouldn't have done otherwise. So it's actually a bit cleaner now than it would have been if that didn't happen. Let me go in the shade here because I see 2 more supers pop in. Jenny, holy moly, $40. Get out of town for whatever funds need funding, groceries. I guess you got your return today, Jenny? Wow, thank you. Holy cow. For the very generous funding super chat, shall we say. And Stewie, $10. Another generous super. Nice to see Megan. Yeah. Yeah, she messaged me and asked if we could meet up again. So I was like, of course. So we did our little walk between her work and Union Station and recorded another video. So that'll be coming up on the channel a bit later. But thank you to both Stewie and to Jenny for the very generous support. Cheers to both of you. It's nice that some people are getting income tax returns. I'm not getting a return. Nope, I'm forking over a nice chunk of change to the tax man. Declare the pennies on your eyes. Hey, Josephine Halligan. No, the police didn't do any cleanup. What an amazing word that is, groceries. Such a fantastic word, groceries. I've never heard such a great word in my life. It's the greatest word, I think, in the whole history of the words, the whole history of the English language, groceries. The best is yet to come. This is Ted Rogers. That's what this building is named after now, or that's who this building is named after now, but I always will call it the Sky Dome. walk around the dome. Let's walk around the dome. So we look at the tower. Look at the tower beside the dome. You think so, Marge? I thought that was a pretty shit impersonation that I just did, but thanks for saying so anyway. I have to listen to him talk a little bit to try to get the right tone, you know. And I've been avoiding listening to him talk for quite a while now, so I think I've lost it a little bit. Chris Mills. Going around the dome. Not all the way around, just sort of around this end of it anyway. Hey, Kyle Walker. Thank you very kindly. PJME. Can you make out the maple leaf patterns on these two condos here? That's what they were going for. Sort of a maple leaf pattern in the balconies. You can sort of make them out, right? That's the Canada House condominiums. I don't think it turned out as as well as they were depicting in the renderings, though. Hey, Megan, Alyssa. You can sort of see, you know, what they're trying to do there with the maple leaf. Like, right there, right? You can sort of see one half of it and the other half of it on this building. So put them together and that'd be like one maple leaf. Uh-oh, back into the sun. Maybe I should cross the street. There's more shade over there. Let's do it. I'd rather not be revved up like a deuce another runner in the night on that side. So I'll stay on this side. Hey, Tom Seeley. Sanita, hello. You got that, did you, Sub-Zero? Sometimes my little off-the-cuff references don't register, I don't think, but you Guess that one was caught by at least one person. Hey, Debbie Lalonde, hello. Yeah, it's a really nice day today. Where am I from? I'm from here. I live here. I mean, I've lived here for 15 years. So I just say I'm from Toronto for the most part when people ask where I'm from. I grew up in another place though, called North Bay, a long time ago. I can still remember when the shadflies would come to town. Hey, donkey balls. No, I wasn't born in North Bay, but I moved there as a child and grew up there, lived there until adulthood. Alright, we're at Lower Spadina. Yeah, the shadflies are crunchy and they're smelly too. I don't miss that every summer. Hey, Jillian Felix. No, they don't bite. They don't even have a mouth. They have no working mouth parts. Their only purpose is to mate, lay eggs, and die. Once they come out of the lake, they spend a long time in the lake in their larval form. I'm not sure exactly how long, but a pretty decent amount of their lifespan is in the lake in their larval form, and then they come out of the lake by the millions. They mate, they lay eggs back in the lake again, or the females obviously, and then they die, all within 24 hours. Hey, Tom Seeley, $5. Do I recall if the Riot Girl movement made its way to North Bay during the 90s? Yeah, there were some Riot Girls in town in the heyday of the grungy or post-grunge era. We had a cool little music scene in North Bay in the 90s, so yeah, we definitely had that sort of thing going on. Thank you very kindly for the $5, Tom Seeley. I have to cross to the other side again. The shade is on that side now. I know I'm missing some chats here. I can't see too good right now with this sun. All right. Let's see what I missed. Oh, you like the streetcars caught you looking? North Bay is a very nice summer city, except for the shadfly season, which is kind of gross. But that's only about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. It's mostly over after about 2 weeks, I would say. And that's usually in July. So the rest of the summer is awesome in North Bay. It's even okay during the shadflies. You just have to be away from the lake. Get away from Lake Nipissing, from the downtown, where they all tend to swarm. Once you're a bit further away from that area, it's fine. Hello, Almighty Om. Chad Wabagwan. I guess you can just Smitty. I don't see why not. They often fly into bright light, so they sort of fry themselves that way. Like all the street lights and the brightly lit signs in downtown North Bay just get covered with them, right? That's where they swarm towards the light. Okay, we're going to walk along Fort York Boulevard here through City Place. I thought I'd go and check out where the Canoe was in Canoe Landing Park, the one that got burnt down. Unfortunately, that's a pretty sad story, actually. It's just kind of hard to believe someone decided, I'm going to burn this canoe down. It was like a big art installation, so it was like a big oversized canoe, right? Not an actual canoe, but it is completely gone now.
That was 2-2 that moved.
Yeah, I think Johnny already took a look at that. I haven't yet, though. I've been meaning to just get a look at it with my own eyeballs. Yeah, I'll take shads over black flies any day. Shads don't bite you. Hello.
Ooh, my little brother.
The weird thing was, Novella Cost, it wasn't made out of wood, it was fiberglass. It was a big fiberglass canoe. Apparently fiberglass is super flammable. The fiberglass is super flammable. I imagine maybe some sort of replacement will eventually be installed there. Maybe something out of something not flammable, maybe like a steel canoe. Aluminum. Aluminium. It's like 13% tax you pay on certain items here. It's the GST and the regular sales tax. Hey, Prairie Carrington, hello. Yeah, those were kind of cool over there. I just wanted to walk through them. Hey, Digital Blade. Golden retrievers always seem so happy, right? They always have that little smile sort of on their face. They just seem to have a really, really awesome disposition. So here's where it was. Got it all fenced off now. I'm not sure what the temperature is. It's probably like low teens, you know? Maybe like 13, I don't know, 14. Feels a lot cooler in the shade anyway. Oh look, you can see the frame. So that's where it was. I mean, you can still at least see the shape of it. It still looks a bit like a work of art, right? Yeah, I have no idea why anyone would want to do that. You just have to be a real lowlife, I guess. Hey, hello, Lee. All kinds of doggies. I didn't hear anything like that, just Smitty. That's the first I've ever heard anything like that. It seems like a pretty wacky way to try to stay warm. You could just light any random thing on fire, I guess, as long as it's flammable. Hey, let me, you know, light this telephone pole on fire. It'll keep me warm. Alright, let me cross. I'll go to the shady side now that we've seen the canoe. Actually, let's go on the pedestrian bridge over here. Christos, hello. Yeah, this area is jam-packed with dog owners. It's mostly young adults who don't have kids, and I guess maybe some of them don't want kids, at least for now, and so they all seem to have four-legged kids for the time being. Oftentimes after they've had their fun living in city place, they get a little older, they move out of this area to someplace a bit more suburban, and then maybe they'll replace their four-legged kid with a two-legged kid.
You know that Donovan
But not all of them.
Anna? Oh, you remember
Maybe not replace, maybe they'll just add a two-legged kid to their family and keep their four-legged kid too. That's your plan, Brooke McLean. I don't see any trains a coming. Yeah, this is a neat spot, but it's between Spadina and Bathurst. I wonder what these locks are all about. People write something on them? No? They're just regular locks? Okay. Sometimes people will write little messages on them, you know, but not these ones. There's nothing that indicates that they're special, like a love lock or something like that. Unless it's just for the people who put it there to know. Okay, this one has some names on it. Maybe these ones used to have names written on them, but they wore off, right? Getting like all the weather. That one looks like it's been there a long time. It's all rusted. Maybe they just wore off over time. Geez, how long has this one been here? I still remember my high school locker combination from my lock, just like one of these kind of locks. Yeah, it was 56 39 22. I think that number will be stuck in my brain until the day I die. Oh, here's a whole bunch of them here. These ones have names on them. Got some trains. Got some trains. Look at these little mini ones. Like itty bitty. Like so small. Look at. Yeah, I can only assume those ones without names or initials on them is just because they wore off. I still have my high school combination lock also. It's in a box somewhere in my closet. I have a closet full of boxes of old stuff. There's another train. Maybe one day you'll be visiting Toronto and that will happen, Tiana, right? Anything's possible. Hey, John Nicholson. And Jellybean, what's up? Jeez. Picked the right time to walk over here. Looks like they have a lot of office space to try and lease here at Portland Commons. Hey, Dixon Cider. That one GO train was really short. And then this one is like crazy long. Look at that, another one. Holy cow, it's like train rush hour. Hello, Carl. It's a really, really nice day today. I like the fact that I can walk around with my flannel shirts and I don't get too hot and I don't feel too cold. Here is Portland Street. There's another train. like a train every minute, man. Yeah, I heard about that Gertage. Fortunately, it was a fatal accident. We started the stream in Union Station where Megan was about to board a GO train, and now we've seen about a half a dozen GO trains in the space of 5 minutes. We're on Front Street. Front Street is actually going to end right up ahead at Bathurst. That's true, Daniel. That's true. That's happened, I think, quite often. Looked like she was recording me with her phone, but maybe not. I think sometimes people will be watching my stream and then they'll see that I'm near where they live, and then they'll come out and walk past me purposefully while I'm streaming, but they won't say anything. Maybe they just want to watch later and see themselves on my stream, but they're too shy to say hi or too nervous or whatever the case may be. There's the Bathurst Bridge. Right, Jenny? I would never. There you go. There's another farm boy. They're all over the place now. Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow is Good Friday, a statutory holiday. Alex, I'm doing all right. Yeah, hopefully we'll do that cookie stream with Felicity before too long. I think we're just waiting for, you know, the warm weather to kind of permanently settle in, and we'll pick a good day. At least not permanently, but you know what I'm saying. Wesley. All right, this is Niagara Street. Come to Niagara. All right, we're here. I guess it was come to Marineland. Some good grit. This used to be full of artists' studios at one time. It was like an artist's incubator sort of thing. But I think it was a coffin factory going further back in time. Gotta make coffins somewhere, I guess. Wonder where the closest coffin factory is to this area now. Is there another one in Toronto somewhere, I wonder? Or in the greater Toronto area? Hey, Greg Huber's. Is that right, Carol? See another GO train going by down there. It's going, gone. But now another one is going by in the other direction. Holy moly. Holy train foaming. I think a big development is going to be built just sort of at the end of the street down there, but I don't think it's started yet. Yeah, Megan, I really like Niagara Street for the same reason. It has all these neat looking row houses with all different colors and designs. Got these old industrial buildings. Got some newer buildings sort of popping up. Hey, LAB, hello. Oh, that sounds fun. I never made it to Greece during my European trip years ago. Speaking of European, I only recently just learned a weird little musical factoid. I'm sure a lot of people already know this or knew this decades ago, but this was news to me, man. You know the song by... what's his name? The guy who did Caribbean Queen. Is it Billy Ocean? Is that his name? Like everyone, I think, knows the song Caribbean Queen, right? Caribbean Queen. Well, apparently he released 3 different versions of that song. The first version he released in the UK, and it was called European Queen. It was the same song, except he just said European Queen instead of Caribbean Queen. And it was not a hit. It wasn't a hit in the UK. And then he released the Caribbean Queen version of the song in North America, and it was a hit. So then he re-released the Caribbean Queen version in the UK, and that one did a lot better. And then he also did another version called African Queen to be released in some other countries, right? I just thought, what the heck? How did I not know that there were 3 different versions of that song with different parts of the world, sort of, that it was geared towards different parts of the world. Hey, Alicia Lewis. And Karen on the Humber. Hey, Lauren Lou, it is a very nice day to be oot and aboot. So all 3 versions are on YouTube anyway, if you're curious to see what it sounds like when he's singing European Queen. Mark S. Aaron 303. Well, I'd have to say the version I know, obviously Caribbean Queen is my favorite one. It sounds weird hearing him say it differently. Oh, I missed you saying hi, Mark. The sun is making it a bit hard to see my screen sometimes. Yeah. Check out the chats. No worries. You never heard of that? It's a pretty well-known song. It's like from 40 years ago, so I can understand why some people might not know that song. Oh, definitely, Lauren, definitely. I haven't been pointing them out there because it's warm enough today, I guess, to make that not be such an odd thing to see. We're at King Street. Somebody around here is toking up a big joint because it's all I can smell. It's almost overpowering. I'm not even sure where it's coming from. Ugh, get me out of here. I guarantee that person will be walking around smelling like that for hours now, and he or she probably won't even know that they smell like that. Hello, Lily. Good to see you. There's a big old school building. Niagara Street Junior Public School. Tiana, I'd never had a kindergarten teacher. I just went straight into grade 1. I didn't do kindergarten. But I remember my grade 1 teacher. My most vivid memory of my grade 1 teacher is every morning before class started, we'd all do the morning announcements, and then we'd sing "O Canada." And I remember she was pregnant, like pretty far along, like maybe like 8 or 9 months pregnant. And she had her little mouth organ, and she was like blowing it to start singing, you know, where you kind of do that little testable, like, bing, you know, like, okay, class, we're going to sing "O Canada" now. She blew into the little, whatever it's called, the little circular mouth organ thing to get ready to sing. What are those things called anyway? A tuner? I don't know. And then she suddenly fainted. So she just collapsed. And all the kids in the class started laughing because they thought like she was doing like something funny on purpose. They were just laughing, going, aha, pointing, you know, like, that's funny, funny teacher, aha, you're funny. But I remember thinking, I don't think this is funny. I think this is like a serious situation. But I wasn't saying anything. And then another kid also thought the same thing, and he went like, it's not funny, guys. And he thought like, no, this is not something to laugh at. And so he went out in the hallway to find somebody. Oh, hey, Kevin Hawthorne, hello. Anyway, that's my memory of Mrs. Bedford from grade 1. I have other memories, but that's the one that stands out in my mind the most. As far as I know, she was fine, you know, like, came back to class. Everything was good after that, and eventually she had her baby. Is that right, Debbie? We never did that. It was just "Oh Canada." And we'd usually listen to a song, too, a popular song at the start of the day. Whatever was popular in the music charts. And I remember around that time it was "Love Will Keep Us Together" by the Captain and Tennille. There's a neat alley. I've walked through here before. This isn't the famous graffiti alley, but it's still a pretty cool alley with lots of graffiti though. Hey, Mojo 2112. LAB, right? I remember everyone loved that song at that time. Holy traffic backed up here on Queen Street. All right, I'm gonna walk east now so I'm not blinded anymore. So much traffic here. Nice way to block the crosswalk there. Mouth organ, yeah, I don't know. It was like circular, you know, it wasn't like a harmonica, it was circular, and you just hold it up to your mouth and you give it a blow to make sure you have the right pitch or whatever to sing whatever you're going to sing. Good God. Why is it like this? Pitch pipe, is that what you call them? I've never actually thought about what they were called until now. This doesn't seem normal, this situation we have here with the traffic right now. Seems like extra chaotic. Yeah, everyone is really aggressive, you're right. It seems like that. Like weaving in and out of lanes and taking crazy turns, and it's like their life depends on it or something. Is there some sort of apocalypse going on I don't know about? Is everyone fleeing the city? Is the asteroid going to hit?
So we're going to say...
Hey, later Suzanne. Thanks for checking out the stream. Hello, Eduardo. All of the above. Well, let's go out streaming, right? I'd say that's a good way to bid the world adieu. Watching me wander around on YouTube.
Anyway, it's just because last Friday was a disaster.
Closed tomorrow. Everyone go shop now. Buy all the things, because you can't do it tomorrow. Unless you live in downtown Toronto, and then the Eaton Centre is open tomorrow, as are most things on Yonge Street. Those places don't close on stat holidays except for Christmas. Christmas is the only day Yonge Street closes. Every other day it's open. Hey, Linda Jane Jackson. Smash Toe Survivor. Go and get a root beer. The world is ending. Let's get my last root beer. Priorities. Yeah, we're on Queen Street. This is the Queen West part of Queen Street. We're walking east though. So we'll be crossing Spadina shortly. And then we'll be just on regular Queen West, as they call it.
And then there'll be the more.
We got over 300 concurrent viewers. Thanks everyone for checking out the Thursday stream on the edge of the long weekend. It's nice to not be walking into the sun though, I have to say. I can actually see now. Dog wanted to sniff that tree. And I was like, I have to walk there, doggy. Does anyone remember when this was a movie theater? Or near Queen and Bathurst? Because it definitely used to have a marquee here anyway, so I assume it was a theater. I'm trying to remember if I can recall it being a theater, but I don't know. I have a vague memory of coming to see a movie around this area, maybe before I moved to Toronto though, maybe about like 2009 or so. Was that a theater then maybe? Because I came with a friend and we watched The Hangover. That was before I was a Torontonian. Alright, we're crossing Bathurst Street. So I was wrong, I said Spadina earlier, I meant Bathurst. So we just crossed Bathurst. Spadina is still a little ways off. It wasn't a cinema in 2009, Ian. I'm trying to remember where I went with my friend to see The Hangover. It wasn't at a big Cineplex thing, I remember that. It was just at a standalone theater. It was in an older part of town. Do you want to say hi on the stream?
Can I?
Yeah. There you go.
Hi, my friend wants to say hi too.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hey, you're on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, we got like 300 people watching, so there you go. Are you all Torontonians or? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, nice day to walk around. Right. All right. Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, the channel is the Ken Continuum if you want to check it out, right?
I watch it right now.
You can.
Myself.
You can.
Wait,
You
give me 1
can.
second.
All right.
Oh, the streetcar. You too. Oh, I deloaded. I can't. You don't need the app for it. Oh, you're stressing me out. Oh wait, I'm going. This is taking a while here. Wait, what's it called?
The Ken. Type in the and then Ken and then Continuum. It should come up.
Back spelling. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait. Now let me see the live. It's like the Matrix.
There will probably be a bit of a.
Oh, Lydia!
There we go.
Oh, wow!
So there you go.
Quality is so good.
There you go.
Oh my god!
So people are saying hi. People are like.
Hi! Nice to meet you. Okay, we gotta go. Bye.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. You too. Thanks for checking it out. Good times on Queen Street. That girl who walked in front of me to throw something in the garbage, she did that on purpose because she wanted to be in the stream. So I just said, well, hey, do you want to actually say hi in the stream? So I could tell she did that on purpose. She had like a look on her face like, haha, I'm in your stream. Crying hippie. The Orpheum Theater closed in 1987. Wow, holy moly. That was way before the time I saw The Hangover, but thanks for the info. So I must have seen The Hangover somewhere else. I just don't know where it was. Yeah, that was fun. Saw The Hangover at the drive-in. I got a big lineup going into the Velvet Underground. So it's this show over here. Jutes sold out. I have no idea who Jutes is. Anyone familiar with Jutes? Well, we have back-to-back streetcars. This one's a 504 though, so at least it's not too of the same streetcars that are bunched together, right? Different streetcars, different routes. What is this? It's not an actual gas station. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Jutes. I don't know how else to pronounce it. Juts. I think Jutes is probably the proper way to pronounce that. I always sound like such an old dude sometimes when I'm unfamiliar with a band or an artist, and I might say their name wrong or something. Trap infused hip hop. Okay. Judging by the people in the lineup, it looked like it was something more like goth or industrial or something. I thought, you know. Plus, at the Velvet Underground, they often do feature stuff like that. Hey, No Clue. It's a band from Toronto. Okay. I tried to keep up with the popular music charts until about 10 years ago, and then I just gave up. Now, if I want to know what's currently popular, I watch Rick Beato on YouTube. He does little videos where he will critique the current top 10s on like Spotify or Billboard or whatever, and he'll talk about the music from an old guy's perspective, right? Because he's an older guy. Yeah, Rick is excellent. So he'll break down all the current music and he'll talk about, you know, how it is based from a sort of musical, vast musical knowledge perspective. This guy knows everything about music, right? He knows if they're using real instruments or if it's all done with the computer. He knows when it's auto-tune and when it's real vocals. He can just instinctively know whether it's crap or whether it's good. Hey, Heather Tobin. Looking up at the Alexandra Park area. Alright, now we're at Spadina. The new subway station under construction. Out of service. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, Rick is awesome, right? And he's a huge Beatles fan too, so he talks about the Beatles a lot, so I think that's what first led me to his videos. The Viagra Boys. It's the sketchy McDonald's. Alright, just crossed Spadina. I think the plan is once this new subway station is constructed, they're going to build a building on top of it. Not really, really tall, but you know, like a multi-floor residential building. And same with on this side. I think they're preserving this old building that was the bank on the corner, but they'll be building a residential building on top of it. Hey, Jennifer Haley. It's the horseshoe. Hey, Yuyan Wayuni. Kurt Affair, what's up? Poulet Rouge, is this new? How long has this been here? It's new to me anyway. Little pink houses for you and me. I guess it is pretty new. It's a Montreal chain, okay. Some competition for Chick-fil-A. Some Canadian competition, right, for Chick-fil-A, if that's what you're going for. Want to buy Canadian? Rivoli. A newish pet store. I think it's been here a little while, but it's on the newish side, I think. Yeah, Rivoli has been there forever. Same with the Horseshoe. There we go. I guess this is the message of the day here. Something new opening here, or reopening, I guess. Your snacks and your socks. I was going to say shocks, snacks and socks. For some reason that's kind of a tongue twister. There's a show. Wow, this whole show seems to be sort of hinting towards something. Is this show at Oasis Aqua Lounge, maybe? Oh no, it's at the Horseshoe. Some competition for Oasis Aqua Lounge, at least for this night, anyway. Car go. All right, let's go up Beverly Street. If I can. Maybe I should go to that show. Could be a good time. Would I live stream it though? Probably not. The old apartment here in this building. This building really stands out in this area. It was there before any other high-rises were built around here. Yeah, I think so, Alex. It's your old stomping grounds. Wow, 40%. It'll probably go down even more. Here's Grange Park. Pretty busy. Yeah, they're going to feel it for sure, Marge. The grass is a lot better now. Last time I walked through here, it was all brown and muddy looking. And I was like, it needs more time. Well, it's come a long way. Hey, Lisa. Looks like the new addition to the art gallery is coming along. The Art Gallery of Ontario, right here. I think that'll bump up the AGO a couple of notches as far as biggest art galleries go in North America. It almost looks like spring. It should, right? We're getting close to May now. Here's those trees that keep their leaves all year. I guess the new leaves are going to come in soon and push off these old ones. Hey, Outlaw Radio. It was awesome to meet you during my last stream, Bruce. The OCAD University building over there. Sharp Center for Design. Favorite museum? Well, the ROM. The ROM is by far the most interesting and, you know, world-class museum that Toronto has. Some people dunk on it and say it sucks and all that. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's one of the best in North America, for sure, for the type of museum that it is. Just because there are some other museums that are better doesn't mean that the ROM isn't good too. I've yet to go to the Shoe Museum or the Gardner Museum, which is right across the street from the ROM. There's also the Aga Khan Museum. That's more out in the more suburbanish part of the city, but I think it's pretty world class for an Islamic centered museum. The Aga Khan passed away just not too long ago, right? Dundas Street. The AGO. There's Chinatown going that way. Hey, Robert Sprite. I don't know why, I just sort of realized now that your last name is actually a type of soda pop. Maybe I'm Ken Root Beer and you're Robert Sprite. Anyone want to be whoever Pepsi or so-and-so Coke? Hey, Sanita. Tiana Canada Dry. Jelly Coke. Do I have to pick a brand name of root beer, I guess? Ken Barks. I could be Ken Barks, right? Or Ken Mug. Hey, Algernon Templeton. Jenny Folgers? That's not soda pop, is it? Oh, hello, Sonia. I think I mispronounced. Your name is Sanita. Isn't there also someone named Sanita who comes into the chat, though? Kurt Fresca. You don't drink the sody pop? Hey, Jake Eves. random point of interest. World champion rower used to live here. From 1892 to 1908. Wow. He lived here a long ass time ago. This house is old as dirt. As are many of the homes on this street right here. Beverly Street. Oh, 2 months, so this is a relatively new thing. Yeah, I guess that's right. Right, Outlaw Radio. Ah, that's good, Jenny. It's a good way to sort of spur each other on. You can do it. I think it's only going to bring positive effects to quit drinking lots of pop, right? It's basically just sugar water. There's a fraternity house. We're on the edge of the U of T campus. Nice old row houses.
You have to pay your paper after.
Right, we're at College Street. I was thinking of continuing up St. George, but maybe I'll save that for another time.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a walkthrough of the U of T campus on another nice day, when it's busy, before all the students leave, before the semester is over. Alright, so eastbound on College Street. Fat bastard burrito! I didn't even notice my shadow. It's gone now, I guess.
Oh my god!
It was vanquished by the shade. Hey, crikey. Call. Some University of Toronto buildings. Hey, Sean Murphy, yep. We're right beside it. Yeah, was that the first Krispy Kreme downtown, the one on McCall? Or the first one that I remember being downtown? I know there's one on Harvard, there's one on Spadina, one there on McCall. They're all sort of close together. I'm sure there's more around now. Oh yeah, there's one near my place now on the corner of Dundas and Church. That's a new one that just opened. Mississaugas was the first. I remember that. I remember all the hype.
Left eventually, but
Yeah, I subbed to Outlaw Radio 1960s channel also. See, here's a video of him and I walking around together during my last live stream. And a bunch of other videos of him walking around Toronto that he just recently uploaded. Hey, Easy Flash. I don't know, is it just me, or do most of these political debates by esteemed politicians just devolve into childish, you know, sort of behavior more often than not, you know? Something wrong with the siren on that fire truck. Here's University Avenue. Yeah, they seem to sort of revert to a junior high mentality when they're when they're debating each other, you know? It's like, can we have some decorum, please, esteemed politicians? Is that too much to ask for? I find it just no fun to watch, to be honest. I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I agree, Marge. Yeah, I just can't stomach most debates these days, you know? It's like the demolition of this is moving along. Yeah, they've actually started knocking it down from the top. They're just going to chip away from the top down. I need a Whopper and fries. I think Burger King has a veggie burger, don't they? Can't even remember the last time I went to a Burger King. Honestly, it's been 20 years? I don't even know. Hey, Chase Palm, hello. Hey, Rebecca. Not sure what you mean. What was what exactly? This building they're demolishing? Still need to get that veggie burrito. I get the bean and cheese on whole wheat with everything on it except jalapenos. I'm not a fan of the excessive spiciness, you know. And I just get a mild level of spiciness added to it. Well, to build some new buildings, unfortunately some old buildings have to come down. Thankfully the ones worth preserving do tend to be preserved, or at least partly preserved in facade form. That one though is just being completely demolished. There'll be no preservation whatsoever. Someone deliver me a burrito. Yeah, they got to know me pretty well at that Burrito Boys near my place. There was one girl who worked there. As soon as I would walk in, she'd punch my order in. I wouldn't even have to say anything. She just automatically know, oh, there's Ken, I know what he wants. So I just walk up, she'd say hi, it would already be all taken care of. Unfortunately, she doesn't work there anymore. Kind of miss those days. I wouldn't even have to say the usual. I would just walk in the door. Oh, I just realized you can see the one from here. That's how you know it's getting tall. You can see it from Bay and College now. Hey, Billy T. Yeah, it looks like I'm losing some viewers to the debate. I guess I can't compete with large foreheads. Kudos, Lisa. We're almost at Young and College, right up ahead.
And nothing else.
You're near a Little Italy, or around there. Sorry. Eaton's College, back in the day, there was an Eaton store here. And they were planning to build this big skyscraper, you know, back in the 1930s or whatever, or 20s. But the Great Depression put the kibosh on that skyscraper. But they did build this lower part here. Imagine if they finished the building and actually completed this skyscraper in the style of the time, like Art Deco. I think there are rumblings about building a new residential tower at College Park now, but most likely, you know, it would not look anything like that one. Like, they wouldn't tear down College Park, they would just build a new tower, like behind or on top of it or whatever. Alright, we're on Yonge now, heading south. Forever young, forever young, forever young. No, I haven't, Lisa. Hey, glad to hear it, Gertish. Is that right, Fernando? Seems like I'm being drawn to a particular spot once again. The magnetic pull is strong when you're this close.
Didn't say like this.
Basically, right on the other side of these buildings here, there's a pedestrian walkway called Nelson Mandela Way. It's restricted to cars. Cars don't go down there, and they're not supposed to go down there. Someone purposely drove their car down the Nelson Mandela Way to purposefully run over someone that was walking along there. And in doing that, they actually hit a couple other people too, not just the person they were trying to hit. So that's what happened there. T-Shods was streaming and she came upon the scene right after it happened. And no one knew what was going on at the time, right? But that's what was happening there. And they've identified the guy who was driving the car. As far as I know, they haven't captured him yet though, but they know who he is. So they put a couple of big planters now at the entryway to that walkway to prevent cars from going through there. I mean, obviously I guess they didn't have any planters there to begin with because people just still don't expect that kind of stuff to happen, right? But that's when it happens, when you least expect it. So they have big, heavy planters, 2 of them now, so I don't think a car will try to do that again. These 2 skyscrapers are going to be towering over this area in the next year or so, once they start getting taller. Jelly bean, $10. Thank you very much for the $10 super sticker. Much appreciated, Jelly bean. Cheers. Cheers to the support, Jelly bean. Thank you. don't think I'm going to go 24 hours. Probably 2.5 hours is more likely. That's a more typical length of stream for me. Hey, Cole Sloth, hello. We're walking through the Muzak zone here.
Okay.
Hey, Canadian Vasily.
Diversity, bro.
Yeah, a lot of happy people. I think people are always happy to have a nice long weekend, right? Not to mention a lot of people see their family members around the Easter weekend. Even people who don't celebrate Easter necessarily, which I think is a big chunk of the population, obviously.
You can work. This summer, let's work.
Yeah, it seems extra busy here at Yonge and Dundas right now. Well, the great debate, is it this or is it next? Ex-Pelta, no, I haven't been to the hot dog place yet.
Walk sign is on for all crossings. Walk sign is on for all crossings. Walk sign is on for all crossings.
The walk sign is on for all crossings. Walk sign is on for all crossings. That's one of those speaker people who walks around with a giant speaker. Whenever I hear that sound, doo-doo-doo-doo, I always think of the scene from the movie Kids. I don't know, anyone remembers that movie Kids from 1995? Where they're on the subway in New York, all these teenagers, and this guy comes up the aisle of the subway car, panhandling, And he's rolling along on a little wheeled cart thing, and he's saying, "I have no legs, I have no legs, I have no legs," using the same melody. So every time I hear that crossing signal sound, I think of that scene from Kids. How weird is that? Just a random look inside the mind of Ken. It corrupted my mind, yes. That was a messed up movie, for anyone who remembers that movie. Dixon Cider remembers that movie. It was very controversial when it came out. But I think it launched the career of a couple of actors who went on to become pretty famous, like Rosario Dawson and Chloe Sevigny, or whatever her name is, however you say it. All right, we reached 2 hours and 30 minutes. Pretty typical stream length for me, it seems. So I think maybe it's time to wrap it up here at Yonge and Dundas. So thank you everyone for joining me on Thursday evening, aka Friday Eve, if you get it. It was really enjoyable stream today. The weather was awesome. Had a good crowd, lots of friendly chit chat. I enjoyed every minute of it. I hope you all did too. And we saw Megan at the beginning of the stream, and I'll be premiering a video with her coming up, so stay tuned. You'll be seeing that on the channel, and also stay tuned for my next premiere in the next 3 or 4 days. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, do all the things, hit all the buttons, hit that notification bell. You can catch my next stream and also my premiere tomorrow evening of another pre-recorded video around 7 or 7:15 p.m. tomorrow. There'll be a live chat during the premiere. Hope to see you there. And thanks to all the mods. And thanks to everyone who sent support. Got some pretty awesome support during the stream. It's much appreciated. Thank you so much. And thanks to all the channel members as well. All right, I'll see you all again in the next one. Have a good long weekend and happy Easter to those who celebrate. And just enjoy, you know, the day off work for those who just enjoy a day off work, right? All right. Guess that's it for now. Later, folks.